friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. So we are entering the month of December. Things still, trucking along in NHL 24 and Hut. Maybe you're getting the game for Christmas. You're coming across this video. Maybe you're coming across the video right now. Possibly questioning, is it worth paying for the X factors on the auction house? Now, right now, I mean, it depends who you get. Drew Doughty's 134K. He's that price for good reason, because I mean, we're in December and he's only got an 84 overall, and it's like, I don't think you want to pay for that, because you're still only going to get an upgrade or two at a time, and he's obviously, I mean, unless he gets a mass, and that's the thing, you can always get a mass and instantly boost that card to like a 93 or 94, and I think that's always the door that's open. And if you really like a player and you always want his best card, it's like, that's not a terrible idea at that point in time. But then there's, like the Kale McCarrs that are, I want to make sure we get a proper price tag here, because he's expensive. He is 900K, literally 900K, and he's like, is that worth it? And as far as I'm concerned, I think when it comes to these X factors in general, it just depends what it is. We bought like Kale McCarr, he's 140K for his 89. We paid for the 88 for like 120K. It's like, it's 20K more for the upgrade. You can pay 20K for the upgrade, or you can pay 60,000 coins for that +1 upgrade. You do your choice. Or 50K in power up collectibles. Like that's the dynamic of the game. That's where things are at. So for me, I say, the Kale McCarr, no, I wouldn't think it's worth it at all. I just think anybody over 300K, it's getting a little pricey. And here's the thing to keep in mind: if it's anybody under 300K, maybe you like the player. Maybe is a Mitch Marner. How much is Mitch Marner going for? He might be a perfect example. I think Mitch Marner is an excellent X factor to get. Yeah, he's 139K. What's his overall right now? Is it the greatest? Maybe not, but we know he's going to get his upgrades. I mean, he's an 87. He's actually got a solid overall. I think it's a great card to buy for 139K. Because here's the thing, and this is what's important to note when you're doing these X factors, and why I like anything that is essentially 200K or cheaper. Because if it's a card that you really want, and I think that's the thing with a lot of these players, is saying, hey, you go out and buy them, they all have a chance to get that master set, especially if it's a player with a name like Drew Doughty. Some guys, maybe they're not as super popular, it might be more difficult, but I mean, we could get into February, he gets a master set, and all of a sudden now he's a 91 and 92. I mean, right now he's got no upgrades, right? He's going to have a lot. And at any point in time, EA can pump out upgrades for cards. They typically do that. Now, of course, the Kale McCarrs, the McDavids, I mean, they're locks to get consistently get upgrades. You can always feel confident they're always going to have the highest rated cards in the game, because they're just that good of players. But I mean, if we go to the X Factor sets, and you look, now, you can obviously do the X Factor choice set. You can complete the events. I don't know why we still haven't done this. You complete the events. That is a free X Factor. But if you do the choice set, which for us, it's cooling down for 24 days. We did it another time because we're one short of being able to do 3. We can reroll all 3. But here's the thing about the choice set. 50 players, any player, and you can sell any of these players from 900 coins. Now, if you have untradables, it's a little different. But again, you can take them untradables, trade them in for another player item, power, collectible, whatever. So essentially, in value, you're talking 900 coins times 50. So you're talking, what is that? 45,000 coins per X Factor player choice pack. So let's say, because the odds are never in your favor to pull who you want, because you're only going to get 3 players. So let's say you do want Mitch Marner. So the first time you don't get anything. The second time you don't get anything. The third time you don't get anything. And the fourth time, maybe you do get something in a choice, but maybe you don't. But if you do it 3 times, that's 135K. 125K. Right? No, that was 135. Okay, I was thinking it's like that's plates, right? Yeah, that's plates. 45. I was thinking something like 35. But yeah, so it's 135K. And now all of a sudden you can say, okay, I have the untradeable one. I did finally get it. I had to pay 135, but it's untradeable. I can never sell it. At least if you buy the Mitch Marner and you play with him, you use him, it's like, maybe Marner wasn't my favorite player. You can resell him for 135K. You can refund all the tiers, get that coins back, and you're gonna be all right. So at the end of the day, at least that flexibility is there to resell. Or, worst case scenarios, you go out and get those 3, you do it, and you still don't get the players you want. So that's my basic rule. I mean, all the X factors for the most part are likely to get upgrades. Is, if they're 200K and below, I think that's an excellent opportunity to buy them. And say, hey, at least I got who I want. It's a guarantee who I want. I have to keep stressing about all these collectibles. Not to mention, you can now use those untradeable players that you was going to hope and pray you could pull out of that set, the player you wanted. And you can go ahead and get a couple collectibles with those and upgrade your X factor. You make progress in that direction. That's my opinion though. As always, do what y'all think is best for you. Do what you think. If you want to gamble, it is always fun to open a pack and hope for the best. And, it's a lot easier to go to McDavid or McCarr when these packs and paying 900K at the auction house. So there's always that possibility if you want to gamble and take a chance, just like a pack, and have fun with it. But if you're looking for the sure thing, trying to do this safe bet, I've seen a lot of people do like 5, 6 of these things already. And, they ain't got a McDavid, they ain't got a McCarr, they ain't got they ain't got a lot to show for it. So the safe bet's to buy it in that direction. Obviously, with the big ticket, the big fish, you got to take that chance, though. Nonetheless, hope you all found the video helpful. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.